Hey friends, McKenna here. It's nap time in my house, so I decided today I'm going to share with you how I made my very first $1,000 as a sourdough business owner. So step into my office and let's find out. So early on in my marriage, my husband and I decided that we wanted me to stay home as a stay-at-home mom. And we really view having children as a privilege. And so it has been such an incredible blessing that I am able to stay at home, not only just to nurture and provide for my children, but to really develop and grow in our relationships. And I am forever grateful for the ability to stay home. As a one-income family, my husband and I would discuss, are there any ways that I could bring in some supplemental income? And I was a music teacher in the past, and so we had brainstormed maybe this meant some voice lessons or piano lessons. But I also had this growing passion for sourdough. Would that mean baking some loaves and selling that to those who would like it? And we just kept talking about it, and little by little we remembered that I had started a blog actually in the past. So my passion for writing and my passion for sourdough culminated into me starting my own sourdough blog. I was able to find that other bloggers and content creators that I had already followed were earning an income through 4 main strategies. 1 being monetizing their platform and gaining income through ads, 2 e-commerce, 3 sponsorships, and 4 affiliate links. So I wanted to share with you guys my journey of how I was able to focus on these 4 ways in my own sourdough business. So through some research on YouTube and Google and some blogging courses, I was able to officially publish my very first post come February of 2023. So knowing these 4 strategies, I decided to primarily focus on monetizing my blog through ads. I decided to go with Mediavine. They come highly recommended by other content creators, plus they also have a higher earning potential when compared to other alternatives. To qualify for Mediavine, you have to at least have 50,000 active sessions a month, plus they want to make sure that you just have great original content as well. For those of you who don't know, a session is just a unique visit to my site from any electronic device, from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. So with this in mind, it gave me just a very clear and direct goal that I got to work towards. With that being the primary strategy that I wanted to focus on, this really led me into beginning my blog. With some research and some courses, it took me about a month to create my website through WordPress. If you would like to know more about that, let me know in the comments. But like I said, I first published my very first post come February of 2023. And I had a very strategic goal that I wanted to get out as much content on my website as fast as possible. Keeping in mind that being a stay-at-home mom comes first, I was able to spend enough time to post 2 posts per week. Well, it's no longer nap time. My children woke up and mother duty called, but they are down for the night, and I wanted to hop back on and share with you the rest of this story. I was sharing with you that I had enough time in my day or throughout the week to dedicate to posting 2 blogs a week. And now that was definitely more on the ambitious side. I think with just the great passion and again like the ability that I had with my family to do so, I really wanted to push to get as much great content on my website as soon as possible. That might not always be the case for you, but I am blessed that I was able to do that. So I was dedicating about like 10 to 15 hours in order to do so. That was including recipe developing, testing those recipes, then once those were set, taking the pictures, writing the blogs, and then posting. So that was my normal routine. I also incorporated social media. So from the very start, I was using Pinterest, and I was posting pins, 1 just a day, referencing back to the blogs that I was creating. And then with encouragement from other content creators and especially my husband, I started using social media. When you are a small website, you are competing against everyone else in the internet. And Google is going to display for people when they are searching something the best possible resource for them. And as a small website, someone who's just starting out, I not only need to create great content, but great content that is competing against other great content. And so that's why I had such a push to not only do 2 blogs a week, but I also wanted to start incorporating social media so that I wasn't solely just relying on Google to push out my recipes or my blog posts that you can find on my website, but also to find like-minded people, people that I could help find my sourdough community. With some convincing, I finally started my Facebook page. So that was first, and that was in April of 2023. And it was definitely a jump. When I first started my blog, it was nerve-wracking because you're putting this out into the world, right? You're putting out this information. You are being vulnerable by sharing something online. But then when you put it on social media, it's just this like next degree, because it wasn't just something that someone may stumble upon that, would know me. Then once I put it on social media, people in my circle started to, you're doing this sourdough business. What is this, right? So I had to get over that fear, and that is a huge part of this business as well. You have to decide, is this something that you want to do, and are you okay with doing it no matter what anyone else thinks? Once you really get past that and choose to push for your business, incredible growth can really happen because you're not holding yourself back. I decided to put forth energy and time of starting my social media, and so I started small just with Facebook, and I was just posting, little pictures and commentary, directing people back to my site. Hey, I made this recipe, check it out, hope you enjoy, kind of a thing. I was encouraged by my husband to have an Instagram page. Again, I had a wall up because this requires more, where I'm not just behind someone's computer screen helping them. This social media encourages you to step out and then more face-to-face direct, right? And I love people. I love chatting with people, but having this faceless audience sometimes can feel very intimidating and overwhelming. Personally, in my own life, I rarely post on social media. So this was very outside of my element, but has been one of my biggest aids in order to grow my business, and I am forever grateful. So that was June of 2023 when I first started my Instagram, and I was posting a reel a day, just trying to be really consistent. This felt like a lot, especially like I said, from someone who rarely ever posts. You just create a couple of short videos, give a description, and hope that you are helping an audience that would like to stick around, learn something to be helpful for them, and lead them back to your site. And so I really just try to focus on walking through examples, giving my best tips and tricks, and leading them to delicious recipes. Really helped grow a super supportive and wonderful community. So if this is something that you are interested in, yes, I would put most of your eggs in the basket of creating your blog, creating great content, but you can gain a lot of exposure with the help of social media as well. It's a balancing act, because sometimes when people get started, they really love the instant gratification that you can gain from social media with the comments and the likes and the shares and the personal interaction, but you can easily get sidetracked what your main focus should be, and that really should be the blog. Instead of focusing solely on social media, really focus on the organic growth of your blog and use your social media to help route that traffic back to your primary source of income, your blog. Month after month, I'm noticing that my sessions are just growing little bit by little bit. And when I'm talking about sessions, it's not just 1 month and then it's done and you start over. They will account for the last 30 days. So you can continue to check it daily. But like I said, it was just steadily growing inch by inch. And that was enough to motivate me to keep pushing forward, continuing to create more great content and be consistent with my posting. In the meantime, I decided to explore into one of the other strategies that I shared, which was affiliate links. And I opened my own account through Amazon, and with Amazon you can copy specified links that will link back to your account of products that you would like to recommend to your visitors or your consumers. And I have products that I absolutely love and enjoy in my own kitchen. I wanted to share with my followers because they generally want to know too. What I started to do is I would share those links in my recipes. For example, like my very favorite Dutch oven or my loaf pan. Again, things that people want to know that they can trust, that I use on the daily, that they may need in their kitchen as well. Though affiliate links aren't always the highest returning rate, it was better than nothing in this season of my business, and so little bits were coming in, but it was training a muscle that was also going to become more important as my business grew. So again, dabbled in affiliate links. Fast forward, it was around like November, December that I decided I wanted to again stretch myself in my business and diversify by exploring e-commerce. And in doing so, the best route that I found was by creating an ebook. This allowed me to share some very valuable information in a super easy way for my followers. I didn't have to have an actual product, and I was able to host this information online, which just made the transaction very smooth. I created a simple sourdough starter pack to take my community from the very beginning of how to create their starter from scratch, how to make their very first sourdough loaf, and then what is discard and how to use it. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, I'll link it down below. And as for the last strategy that I shared, sponsorships, for me personally, I lacked the confidence, but also I just felt like I was way too in the early adolescence of my business to spend so much time in this area. Now, it is a great opportunity if you are someone who is very passionate about a product and wants to share with their community, then absolutely reach out to those brands and see if you can form some sort of partnership. But for me, I was way more focused on creating the content for my blog to really spend so much time on this, and that's okay. So one thing that I did want to bring up is that, like any business, it's important to invest back into the business to really reap some reward. And one of the biggest ways that I've seen that in mine is by buying a camera. So great technology can not only just offer some ease and convenience, but it has allowed me to take my content to the next level. Now, this was a stressful part of my business because my husband and I started to research cameras, and wowza, were we overwhelmed. There are ones that are super cheap, and then there are ones that are like a small fortune. So there was a span, but we ended up going somewhere, more budget friendly, not super duper cheap, but definitely not a small mortgage. So I personally bought for my business a Canon M50 Mark II, and I'll link it down below if you're interested as well. And I have never been more grateful for something for my business. It has, like I said, taken me and my website to the next level, and I want it to give an experience that I know I would like if I were to visit my website. I want to see the detail. I want the pictures to really pop with clarity and make you crave for what you're about to make. I know you are on the edge of your seat and you've been patiently waiting. So how did I finally make my very first $1,000 bucks? With each month, my sessions were growing, and finally, come December of 2023, I had hit the 50,000 session mark, and I was over the moon excited. And once I was certain that I had reached that goal, I was then able to apply for Mediavine. And it's a process that takes a couple of weeks. They keep you very well informed. Then come January of 2024, my website was officially approved for Mediavine, and I was earning commission. And drum roll please. I earned $1,300 from ad revenue. Now, depending on your situation in your lifestyle, that may not seem like a lot, but from someone who was working for pennies and nickels and dimes on affiliate links, this was a massive win for me and my business and a huge blessing to my family. It was the first realization that this was no longer a hobby. I was officially starting a business that was earning a revenue that again could go back into my business, but that could bless my family, and I am so grateful. So if you are someone who has ever been interested in the world of blogging, or you are someone who is in the grind right now, I want this video to be a source of encouragement. So many people now see blogging as dead, and really that is not true. I hope you see that here in my own example, that I was able to create something from nothing in just under a year. Now, again, this is my story. Some can establish their blog even faster than I did, and some it may take longer, but I hope you hear a bit of encouragement that with hard work, with determination, and a huge amount of passion, you can find success still in the world of blogging. I had such a fun time being able to share with you my journey to earning my very first $1,000. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions regarding business or blogging or whatever, be sure to leave them down in the comments. And if you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!